Right now, with hospitals across the nation struggling to hire nurses, UW Health is taking a different approach in recruiting them. Plus, a landmark trial ends before it begins after Fox News settles with Dominion over baseless claims about its voting machines. And the man accused of shooting a teenager in Kansas City surrenders to police. What the teen's mother is saying about her son's condition. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Experts say a crisis is looming in healthcare staffing, with hundreds of thousands of nurses planning to exit the workforce. Arman Rahman sat down with leaders at UW Health's residency program to see how that may turn the tide for the next generation of nurses. Arman?
Eric, we're used to hearing about staffing shortages recently, but a report by the National Council of State Boards of Nursing really puts it into a stark perspective. Roughly 800,000 nurses intend to quit by 2027, citing stress, burnout, and retirements, and 188,000 of them are under the age of 40.
A lot of nurses quit in the first year of starting.
But John Freiberg is not one of them.
I don't really see myself going anywhere for a while.
A fact he largely owes to UW Health's nursing residency that he just completed last month.
I think a big part is, the skills and being able to kind of ease into being a nurse, but a lot of it is just having people there to support you.
The 12-month program is one of 47 in the country. Residents learn clinical skills with existing nurses and every month take a different class with a group of their peers.
Many nursing schools had to change dramatically during the pandemic, and they weren't able to have hands-on skills the way that nurses are typically prepared. And so we wanted to kind of overcome that gap.
Last year, the hospital hired 200 nurses, and so far this year, 54 have started. Residency leaders say they've had to adapt not just the training, but the support systems.
Well, I think we've seen more anxiety, less confidence in their skills.
You're sitting there and you're thinking oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get to a point where I'm going to be able to be a nurse on my own without having anyone watch over me?
Because it goes without saying, it's a hard job that's causing stress, early retirement, and burnout.
Right now I'm working on the burn unit. You can find areas that you're good with and also be grateful for nurses that are doing things you're maybe not so comfortable with.
And it's caused a shortage of thousands of nurses during the pandemic. Experts in Wisconsin say they haven't seen in over a decade.
Nurses have really broad and in-depth training, so they can fill a lot of roles on the healthcare team. So when there's a shortage, we really feel that impact in terms of access.
And hundreds of thousands more have their foot out the door.
The best way we can impact that is to keep them in the profession. And so that's where having a program to understand their needs and to support them is very, very important.
Experts say the staffing shortages in hospitals have already led to longer wait times and making acute care like nursing homes almost impossible to find.
Armand, thank you. Governor Evers declaring a state of emergency due to an increased flooding risk over the coming days. Parts of the state are already seeing rivers well outside their banks. According to the National Weather Service, the Mississippi River could approach major flood stage near La Crosse by the weekend and into early next week. The emergency allows the National Guard to respond to flooding-related incidents if needed. And we could see some more rain tomorrow. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti and our first warn forecast. Gary?
We will see some more rain tomorrow. In fact, we'll probably see it by early tomorrow morning. As we start out by looking at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam today, no rain, hardly any clouds at all. But on the far western horizon, you start to see those high cirrus clouds coming in as we head towards sunset. That's a sign that the next weather system is starting to develop. If you look in the lower left corner of the map there, you can see some showers and thunderstorms around Omaha, Nebraska. If you look at 6-hour future track radar, here comes the rain in from the west. And while it'll stay dry probably most of the night, if not all of the night, those showers and storms will be moving into southwestern Wisconsin early tomorrow morning. High temperatures today, you can tell where there was still a little snow on the ground up in Juneau County, up into Monroe County. Those areas saw temperatures in the upper 40s. Everybody else was mainly in the 50s, 57 for the high temperature in Janesville. Right now, temperatures are in the upper 30s to lower 40s. As the clouds come in, these temperatures probably won't fall too much further. 37 right now in Middleton, 41 in Belleville, and 39 degrees in Sauk City. And across the rest of southern Wisconsin, things looking pretty good for now, but After an overnight low temperature of 38 in Madison, could see a shower or thunderstorm as early as late tonight. The better chances arrive tomorrow. I'll have more on the timing of the rain and how much we can expect in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. A Richland Center man is recovering after officials say the milk truck he was driving rolled over today. The 72-year-old driver was traveling east on Highway 14 near County KK when the semi went into a ditch and overturned. Semi was severely damaged. The man taken to Richland Hospital due to his injuries. The State Patrol is now investigating that crash. An elderly couple found dead in a home on Madison's east side has now been identified. The incident happening in the 2800 block of Mullen Street Sunday. According to autopsy results, the Dane County Medical Examiner says 71-year-old Faye Neglise was the victim of a homicide. Meanwhile, 68-year-old Gregory Neglise died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Their deaths remain under investigation. 4 people were arrested after a shooting and chase between 2 departments this morning on Madison's east side. Dispatchers received a report about a person in a vehicle shooting at another vehicle. When Madison officers tried to stop the suspect vehicle, police said the driver sped off. A Monona Police Department canine officer later found the suspect vehicle. Madison officers used tire deflation devices to slow the vehicle. When it did come to a stop, 5 people took off running. 4 were taken into custody. 1 person remains at large. In Kansas City, the 84-year-old man accused of shooting a black teenager surrendered to police and posted bond today. Andrew Lester faces 2 felony counts of armed criminal action and first-degree assault after using his revolver to shoot 16-year-old Ralph Yarl twice last Thursday. Yarl went to Lester's home by mistake to pick up his younger brothers. According to the criminal complaint, Lester told police he was, quote, scared to death when he saw Yarl at his door. Yarl's mother says her son is recovering from being shot in the head and the arm.
Mostly he just sits there and stares, and the buckets of tears just rolls down his eyes. You can see that he's just replaying the situation over and over again.
The house Ralph went to was on Northeast 115th Street. The house where his brothers actually were was Northwest 115th Terrace, just 1 block down. Scary scene in New York today after a 4-story parking structure collapsed. At least 1 person was killed and 5 others injured. First responders were using robotic devices after firefighters were pulled back from the fallen structure because of unstable conditions. Authorities say they believe everyone who was in that building has now been accounted for. No foul play is suspected. An expected trial between Fox News and Dominion Voting Systems was set to get underway today, but the trial never happened as lawyers for both sides ended up agreeing to a settlement. Nicole Skenga has the details.
Fox News will pay Dominion Voting Systems more than $787 million as part of a settlement, a last-minute agreement to avoid a trial that would have put its top talent on the stand.
Lies have consequences. The truth does not know red or blue.
The voting machine company's defamation lawsuit claimed Fox damaged its reputation by airing claims from then-President Trump's attorneys, saying that Dominion helped rig the 2020 presidential election for Joe Biden.
Fox has admitted to telling lies about Dominion that caused enormous damage to my company, our employees, and the customers that we serve.
Dominion had been seeking $1.6 billion in damages, saying Fox knowingly aired false claims about their voting machines in order to boost ratings.
Wrongfully awarded Joe Biden thousands of ballots that were cast for President Trump.
Attorneys for Fox left the courthouse without comment. In a statement, the company did not apologize, though they acknowledged the court found some of Fox's claims about Dominion to be false.
Fox settled pretty clearly to avoid the public humiliation of having to send all of their top talent as well as their top executives into the courtroom.
Fox says the network's coverage of the election was reasonable because the election rigging claims by Trump's lawyers were newsworthy. Nicole Skenga, CBS News, the White House.
Dominion's attorneys would not say whether there was anything else in the settlement besides money. Meanwhile, in Russia, bail has been denied to Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich. The 31-year-old was arrested in March, accused of trying to obtain classified information about a Russian arms factory. On Monday, the U.S. ambassador to Russia was finally allowed to visit Gershkovich in prison. Some analysts believe the Russians are holding Gershkovich until a swap can be made for another prisoner, similar to what happened to basketball player Brittany Griner. The time for procrastinating is over. Today is tax day. April 18th marks the deadline for taxpayers to file their annual returns. Typically, of course, it's the 15th, But that was a Saturday this year, and due to a Washington, D.C. holiday yesterday, the filing deadline was pushed back. Now, if you can't make tonight's deadline, don't worry. You can request an extension that would last through October 16th. Workers at the State Street Starbucks downtown are now pushing to unionize. This morning, they filed with the National Labor Relations Board for an election to move forward. Staff are also hoping to join the nationwide collective working to support baristas and other frontline staff. They're raising complaints about cut hours, inadequate staffing, and safety concerns. They say corporate leaders are refusing to bargain in good faith and are putting profits over people.
They see us as expendable. They see us as nothing. And I think that's how most partners here feel. And honestly, they just want a voice. They just want democracy. They want fairness. They don't want to be arbitrarily punished.
The State Street Shop is one of hundreds of locations across the country joining that effort to unionize. The National Labor Relations Board maintains that the company's practices in response to those efforts violate the law. Boys and Girls Club of Wisconsin expanding to Columbia County, where it will open its 200th location in the state. The new facility is housed in the former Rush Elementary School building, which closed its doors last school year. The building will have a STEM room, a reading space, a large game room, and it'll use the school's gym for physical activities. The new club is set to open May 1st and is expecting to welcome more than 100 kids. Michael Johnson, the CEO and president of the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, has been honored as a hometown hero by the State Assembly. Representative Sheila Stubbs of Madison nominated Johnson, calling him a true hero for children and families across Dane County and even extending into Walworth County. Under Johnson's leadership, contributions increased the organization's assets from $4 million in 1999 to over $25 million this year. When we come back, thunderstorms could roll through the area tomorrow. Gary's back with your complete forecast. But first, the building where the Republican Party was born has a new home. Why that move is causing a bit of controversy in Ripon. Stay with us.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they helped us actually connect?
What would I give?
Introducing US Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
Are record high energy and water costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive. While you may not ask for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to be without heat, water, or power. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.heat.help.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Join the Circle of Life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Coming to Overture Center May 11th through 28th. Tickets on sale now at overture.org.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click.
Amazing. Can it go back in the bag?
Yeah, it can go back in the bag.
Okay.
Get the Samsung Galaxy S23 free. No trade-in needed from US Cellular.
Lockdown drills have created so much trauma for students that we will likely carry with us for the rest of our lives. I'm always thinking to myself, am I next? Is it me this time?
These drills are traumatizing because we have to do them.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. A piece of political history is at the center of a controversy in Wisconsin. The former school known as the birthplace of the Republican Party may be losing its National Historic Landmark status due to an address change. Holly Brantley reports.
Inside the walls of the Little White Schoolhouse, March 20th, 1854. According to the history books, that's when the grassroots meeting took place, forming the Republican Party. Monday morning, the schoolhouse was moved for the 6th time. The Chamber of Commerce sold the land where it once sat to the Boys and Girls Club, so the schoolhouse was moved to West Fond du Lac Street. While the Little White Schoolhouse stands, its old distinctions do not. It's still the birthplace of the Republican Party, but according to a letter from the State Historic Preservation Office, the new move isn't appropriate and wipes the schoolhouse from the National Register and National Historic Landmarks. And that's something that has Tim Bachleitner, chair of the Fond du Lac County Republican Party, pretty upset.
Today stings because individuals in this community knew that by moving the building today without permission from the National Registry was going to get us immediately deleted from the National Registry, and we would lose historic national landmark status. This is not a setting that it deserves to be set in.
According to Chamber Executive Director Mandy Kimes, they received approval by the state to move it and expected the National Register to approve. She says they were surprised to learn of the denial.
As to this process, we've done a lot of due diligence.
Now they are appealing the state's decision.
We want to help rest assured to everyone that the Ripon Chamber of Commerce is deeply committed to the preservation, the protection, and the promotion of this really important national treasure.
As for the board of the Little White Schoolhouse, they tell me that this property here was donated to them. They feel it opens up opportunity for people to come here and learn.
One of the things that this property gives us is it gives us a visitor center. It's on the main drag.
Former Senator Luther Olson is on the board for the Little White Schoolhouse.
What's important is not where it's at, but what happened in it. That's the thing. What happened in it was the start of the Republican Party.
Bottom line here, both sides do agree that the Little White Schoolhouse is the birthplace of the Republican Party, and they feel that can't be taken away.
While the Chamber awaits its appeal to the National Registry, work continues on plans to turn the new location into a museum. Dane County is celebrating the completion of the Yahara Solar Project. The 90-acre farm in Cottage Grove holds 33,000 solar panels, able to produce enough electricity to power more than 3,000 Dane County homes. It will also reduce climate-changing greenhouse gas emissions equal to the amount made by more than 5,000 vehicles. Dane County becomes just the 4th county in the entire nation using 100% renewable electricity at all county facilities. Madison Park's hosting an Earth Day challenge this weekend at various parks on April 22nd in an effort to help make community space better. More than 900 volunteers will help clean up the parks. Volunteers assist with a variety of park functions, such as maintaining ice rinks, cleaning up dog parks, helping with flower gardens, and much more. The Earth Day challenge has been a Madison Parks tradition for more than 25 years. Showers and thunderstorms can make tomorrow morning's commute a wet one. Here's Gary as the very latest.
And of course, thunderstorms bring lightning. This is Tornado and Severe Weather Awareness Week in Wisconsin. And, you know, the thing about lightning is it's an underrated killer. People will come in out of the rain, but they won't come in out of the lightning as long as it's not raining. They think they can't get hit. Well, unfortunately, that happens every year. So how close is too close when it comes to lightning? We use what's called the 30-30 rule. If there's less than 30 seconds between the time you see a flash of lightning and the time you hear thunder, head inside. That's the minimum. If it's going to take you longer to get inside, or maybe you're at a soccer match and it's going to take you a while to get to a safe place, then it has to be even longer than that. And then, more importantly, wait 30 minutes after the last time you hear thunder before you go back outside. So if you hear thunder, that 30-minute countdown starts all over again. And this is especially important when you're dealing with outside events, with soccer matches, baseball games, that sort of thing. You want to get inside a secure building, not a concession stand or some open-sided shelter. You want to get into a building that has walls around it. That will protect you a little bit more. Cars are actually a good place to be during lightning, because if lightning strikes the vehicle, as long as it's not convertible with a non-metal top, it will just basically shunt the electricity to the outside. But again, wait 30 minutes after the last time you hear thunder before you resume outdoor activities. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Definitely there'll be some lightning over the next couple of days. It'll also be breezy through the weekend. In fact, downright windy for Thursday and Friday. And then we'll see chilly weather return for the weekend with high temperatures back in the 40s. At least I'm not looking for any accumulating snow like we saw this last weekend. Things dry across Wisconsin right now on Doppler track, but you can see showers and thunderstorms expected to form over the next 6 hours and approach far southwestern Wisconsin by early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center has a severe weather outlook with a marginal or level 1 risk for isolated severe thunderstorms in southwestern Wisconsin, hail probably being the main threat. Thursday, that threat shifts farther to the south, but because some of the latest computer models get us a little bit warmer, that threat area might shift farther north. And then, of course, we've got all these rivers, including the Mississippi River, much of the Wisconsin River, at or above flood stage with flood warnings. And this is additional rainfall over the next couple of days. Could be looking at 1 to 1.5 inches of rain. Some areas could see locally 2 inches or more of rain in some of the heavier thunderstorms. For tomorrow, showers, thunderstorms, best chances in the morning. It'll be breezy and cool with a high temperature of 50. Planning your day across Dane County, and thunderstorm chances start to form. 50 for the high in Middleton, 50 in Windsor, 42 in Brooklyn. Then for across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 56 in Janesville, 58 degrees in Platteville, but farther to the north, only around 40 in Wautoma. As we check out future track, this begins early tomorrow morning. Here come those scattered showers and thunderstorms into southwestern Wisconsin. Notice the temperatures, though, upper 30s to lower 40s. If there is any severe weather threat, it's going to be mainly from hail and brief downpours as the showers and storms move through. During the afternoon, we'll probably see a break. Temperatures still on the cool side, and then we'll start to see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. They'll become a little more numerous as they lift to the north during the overnight hours. Notice those temperatures still in the 40s, but as we get into Thursday morning, the winds start shifting from the east to a more southerly direction as a warm front lifts northward. Temperatures get into the 60s, and these would be the thunderstorms we'd have to watch for the potential for some stronger storms as they move through right ahead of the cold front during Thursday afternoon. Once the cold front comes through, the thunderstorm threat will end. Notice the temperatures dropping off behind the front, so that'll occur probably early to mid-evening, and then after that, things start to clear out as we head into the overnight hours. Rainfall amounts, again, that bears some watching. 1 inch to 1.5 inches, especially north and west of Madison. More spotty precipitation south and east of town. Our first warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Look for temperatures still in the mid-50s on Friday, but only in the 40s for the weekend. Maybe some shower chances on Saturday, even mixed with a few flakes of snow in the morning. Temperatures rebound into the lower 60s early next week with some shower chances from Wednesday night into Thursday and Friday.
And coming up in sports, the Brewers got off to a fast start in Seattle. How long the lead lasts? Well, that's next in News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Give any room a fresh look with the beauty of Mohawk tile. Mohawk features more than 350 ceramic, porcelain, and mosaic glass tiles to fit any decor. Pick up 12 by 12 ceramic tiles for only 89 cents each after rebate. Complete your tiling job with professional installation products from TAC. Menards stocks a full line of mortar, grout, and floor preparation products. Get a 50-pound bag of thin set mortar for only $9.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
We so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. And Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer.
The crowd go crazy.
The RS family of Chevy SUVs, definitely worth a follow. Well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models, or get $1,500 cash allowance. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife, Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at LensCrafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
The first injury report is out for Game 2 between the Bucks and the Heat, and it's not what we all wanted to see. Milwaukee has former Memorial star Wesley Matthews out with a calf strain, and then listed Giannis as doubtful. The two-time MVP didn't practice today with the rest of the team. Instead, it's been treatment, and more treatment as Giannis tries to give Wednesday's game a go. And like yesterday, there's still optimism that the Greek Freak will be ready.
You know, we have 24 plus hours before game time, so, you know, he'll get treatment. We'll see how he feels. You know, I think there's been a lot of progress, and hopefully there's more in the next day or so.
Regardless if Giannis plays or not, the Deer have to shore up their defense. Miami scored 130 points while shooting nearly 60% from the floor in Game 1. That's not sitting right with Jay Crowder.
130 points in a playoff game, I think that's entirely too much. With the caliber of defensive players that we have, I think we have to clean that side up. I think we scored 117 points and then shoot the ball well. It's not offense. I think offense will take care of itself. I think defensively, though, we cannot expect to win a playoff game giving up 130 points.
In last night's Game 1 win over the Mariners, Corbin Burns left in the 6th inning with what the team called a pectoral strain. Craig Counsell called the injury a minor one, and Burns himself echoed that before tonight's game, with the overall feeling he's not going to miss a start. More good news, Game 2's start. 6 pitches into the first inning, and Christian Yelich sends one into the seats and left. His 3rd home run of the year puts Milwaukee up 1-0. 6th inning now, they're down 4-3, and Willy Adames was like, I want to wear the cheddar header. His solo shot ties it up. This one still tied at 4 in the 7th inning. Back in late March, Maddie Wilkie put her name in the transfer portal, and now, not even 3 weeks later, the Beaver Dam standout has a new home. Wilkie is taking her talents to Utah and will play for the reigning Pac-12 regular season champs. The Utes advanced to the Sweet 16 and finished 8th in the final coaches poll of the season. Remember, Wilkie's coming off a freshman campaign where she set a Wisconsin record for most threes made by a freshman. And the Wisconsin softball team was supposed to host Minnesota tomorrow, but because of rain in Wednesday's forecast, the doubleheader has been moved to next Tuesday. First pitch against the Gophers is set for 2 o'clock. The Badgers are on the road this weekend for a 3-game series with the Huskers starting on Friday. UW's looking to snap their 4-game losing streak. We're back after this.
Since Group has started in the 80s, we've been cheering on the true champions of Milwaukee, you and yours. We've been on this path together for 35 plus years. We've had your back from the jump. Let's keep rising together. One call, that's all.
Dear Exit Strategy. All your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health. Remarkable.
We went to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison last night.
I don't really get how the jackpots work.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison actually has had multiple million-dollar winners.
There are linked progressive slot machines at the same casino where local players increase the jackpot amount.
And a standalone progressive jackpot increases when a player plays on an individual machine that isn't linked to any other machines. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More ways to win. Find your perfect jackpot.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Arby's, 2 for $7. Every day, a classic, a favorite, an Arby's legend. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Dear Exit Strategy. All your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
Insurance. It isn't the most exciting thing to talk about, but it is incredibly important. Not having enough insurance could prevent you from getting what you deserve after an accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Finally tonight, a pizza delivery driver delivering justice in Pennsylvania. Tyler Morrell was out making a delivery when he found himself in the middle of a high-speed chase. You'll see a suspect crash the car and then get out and make a run for it here. That's when, look at him, he's got the pizza. He's decided, oh, look at that. He just tripped the suspect. He helps police make an arrest there. Another suspect was also arrested, but the best part of it all, that pizza was delivered safely. He doesn't do anything. He just stuck the foot out. No damage to the pizza. Clutch.
Well, yeah,
That's
we got some rain on the way late tonight, tomorrow, some showers and thunderstorms. Probably order your pizza for delivery.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a great night.